little trip over yonder, so I can take a look around at what you've seen. I can see from where I am you're on an adventure in a place you can't describe. Some things can't be captured in words.
Alright, hello math learners. Welcome to another session here in Math Learning with Sir Ash. This is still your free access YouTube edu creator, Math Teacher Ash. And today ay magde-discuss naman tayo sa 6th part of our module discussions for our grade 7 students. And this is entitled Solving Linear Equations and Inequalities in One Variable. Last time, we have discussed solving linear expressions, and then we differentiate equalities to the inequality. So ngayon naman magso-solve na talaga tayo. Okay, so my dear math learners, napakadali lamang ng topic na ito. But before we start our discussion, if you are still new to this channel, hope you can click that subscribe button at notification bell para at least laging updated ka sa ating mga discussion for today. Okay, let us start, my dear math learners. Okay, ano nga ba itong Module 6 for the Quarter 2 para sa ating mga grade 7 students? So, this is entitled Solving Linear Equations and Inequalities in One Variable. So, this is the title page in the this is the cover page of the module, the page 1. Next to that is the people behind these modules, and then on page 3, we have the title page. Okay, my dear math learners, disclaimer lang, hindi ko pinag-aarian ang mga modules na ito. Ito ay gawa ng mga people sa Department of Education na shinare sa bawat public schools para at least matulungan ang mga students, lalong-lalo na sa panahon ngayon na pandemic. Alright, so let us continue. On the 4th page is the introductory message for the teachers as well as for the learners. Okay, sa inyo mga math learners. And then for the 5th page, ito na yon, where we can read or we can know the objectives of our discussion or this module. So number 1 is to find the solution of linear equations or inequality in one variable. And then number 2, we have to solve the linear equations or inequality in one variable involving absolute value by graphing or by algebraic methods. Okay, so specifically, we find the solution of linear equations or inequalities in one variable by using the following: guess and check from a given replacement test, and algebraic method. Okay, and later on, I will tell you kung ano yung for me, ang pinakamadaling paraan, ang pinaka-sure na paraan. And then number 2, we have to show solutions set or show the solution set of linear equations or inequalities in one variable by graphing. Okay, let us continue. So after you know the objectives of the module, you will have your let us try. This is the pretest of the module. So no pressure, you just answer what you can, my dear math learners. So ABCD lang po ito, and these are 15 questions. I'm sure kayang-kaya nyo yan, my dear math learners. Pero kung hindi kaya, no pressure, just answer what you can, because this is just a pretest, and when we say pretest, it just check whether you have a prior knowledge about the topic. Alright, next of that is the introduction of the module. So, we have here the find us study part, finding the solution of linear equation in one variable. So, last time, napag-usapan na natin paano mag-solve, diba, ng linear equation in one variable. So somehow we go deeper to this. So the method 1 is the guess and check. Okay, so when you say guess and check, maghuhula ka, my dear math learners, and itatry mo whether yung hula mo is correct. So somehow, to my students, I don't give them this kind of solution because mahirap. You have to guess, okay? So ganon. It would be hard for them. Okay, so example of that here is this one. X plus 20 is equal to 50. Okay, so now you guess what should be added to 20 in order to become 50. So if this is the case, then it is very easy, diba? Ano daw yung i-add mo sa 20 para maging 50? Of course, pwede mo sabihin, sir, positive 30. O yan. So, pwede na yan. So, you have 30 plus 20 is equal to 50. So, if your guess is 30, you substitute it to your 20 to check whether you are correct. So, 30 plus 20 is 58. So, 50 is equal to 50. Then, you are correct. Okay. And that is the guess and check. Alright. Now, we have here the guess and check from a given replacement test. Replacement set, sorry. So, when we say replacement set, you are given parang choices. And i-guess mo doon sa choices na yon kung ano yung pwedeng tumama para sa given equation mo. So, the given equation is 2x minus 3 is equal to 17. So, saan? Sa negative 9, negative 6, 0, 4, 10 ang tamang solusyon. So, ang gagawin mo dito is to evaluate. When we say evaluate, you will substitute the value of x to your given replacement set. Okay, so let's try for negative 9. Nang si negative 9 ay sinubstitute mula dito, itong x dito, pinalitan lamang ng negative 9, ang lumabas ay negative 21. Pero yung negative 21 ay hindi naman equal sa 17. Therefore, this is not a solution. Nang tinry naman ang negative 6, ang lumabas ay negative 15. At ito ay hindi equal sa positive 17. Hindi pa rin solusyon yun. So, we try with 0. So, kapag 0 naman, ang lumabas ay negative 3. Hindi pa rin to equal for your solution. And then, tinry naman ang 4. So, ang lumabas ay positive 5. And 5 is not equal to positive 17. Therefore, hindi pa rin ito solusyon. At last but not the least, itong 10, nang tinry ang 10, ang lumabas ay 17 at ang 17 ay equal sa 17. Therefore, 10 is the solution among the replacement set given. Alright. Basically, nag-solve ka ng 5 beses sa part na ito and it will be very, very tedious, my dear math learners, right? So, somehow, this may be good, but I don't recommend it. Okay? But it's good to have a lot of options, right? Sabi pa nga nila, kung yung pagluluto mo ng isang pagkain ay pareho lang, palagi ka lang nagpiprito, prito, hanggang natapos na lang ang buong isang week, puro prito lang, magkakaroon ka din ng umay, tama? Or wala bang iba? So, at least, hahanap ka din ng iba. Alright? So, example na, isa lang itong example na kung ayaw mo ng ibang paraan, so pwede kang mag-consider ng iba. Okay? But, dito ako sa the best. Ano itong the best? Ito yung algebraic method. Ito yung method 3. So, ano naman itong method 3? So, technically, itong method 3, isusolve mo talaga ang value ng x. Ang way mo sa pag-solve nito is, of course, maraming paraan. But, one thing good for this one is to consider the properties of equality. Ano ba itong ibig sabihin ng mga properties of equality? Okay, so, we have here the reflexive property, meaning, in a given number, A is equal to A. Okay? So, A is equal to A. Ibig sabihin, 19 is equal to 19. Negative D is equal to negative D. X plus 5 is equal to X plus 5. Mirror lang yan siya. Gets? Alright. Now, we have number 2, symmetric property of equality. Sabi dito, if A is equal to B, then B is equal to A. So, pagbabalik ta rin mo lang. Ibig sabihin, kung 10 plus 9 is equal to 19, therefore, si 19 ay equal sa 10 plus 9. Ganon lang yun. Ganon lang kadali. So, x minus 3 is equal to 5, then 5 is equal to x plus 3. They are just the same, my dear math learners. Alright. So, ganon ang symmetric property of equality. Now, we go with the transitive property. So, we have here, if A is equal to B, and B is equal to C, then we can say that A is equal to C. Ayan. Alright. Example. Kung si 7 plus 3 ay equal kay 10, tapos si 10 naman ay equal sa 6 plus 4. Now, we can say na si 7 plus 3 ay pareho lamang sa 6 plus 4. Of course, kasi pareho silang equal kay 10. Okay, ganun lang kadali, my dear math learners. So we have here x minus 25 is equal to y. And y is equal to 19. Therefore, we can say that x minus 25 is equal to 19. Okay, so it's an example of a transitive property of equality. So, no need to memorize talaga ito. At least, alam mo lang yung concept ng mga properties. Okay. Next, we also have the substitution property. Okay. So, from the substitution property, A may be replaced by B or B may be replaced by A in any mathematical sentence without changing in its meaning. So, if, ito, focus tayo dito, my dear math learners, ha? If P plus D is equal to 19 and if P is equal to 10, then we can say that 10 plus D is equal to 19. So, may pinalitan lang. Katulad lamang ng evaluation kanina. Kung ang X daw is equal to 19, ganun. Okay? So, yung nag-replacement test tayo. This is an example of a substitution property of equality. Okay. Addition property and multiplication property. Sabi dito sa addition property, if you add something to the left, you must add something to the right. If you multiply something to the left, you multiply something to the right. They are just the same. Why? Example, 10 plus 19 is equal to 29. That is true, right? Now, it is also true kapag nag-add ka ng 100 sa left at nag-100 sa right. Example, 10 plus 9 plus 100 is just the same as 29 plus 100. Bakit? Because 10 plus 9, 19 yun, plus 100, 119. Alright, teka ha. Nakulangan ito ng 1 dito, my dear math learners. Ito, may 1 dito ha. Okay? Be careful. May 1 dyan. 19 yan, hindi yan 9. Typographical error. So, if you add 10 plus 19 plus 100, that is 129. It's just the same as 29 plus 100. 129 pa rin. So, what you add to the left, you add to the right. They are just the same. Okay? So, that goes the same if you have a variable. Kung mag-add ka ng plus 10 dito sa left, mag-add ka din ng plus 10 sa right. Okay? So, the same goes sa multiplication. If you multiply 3 to the left, you multiply 3 to the right. They are just the same. Okay? Same goes yan siya. Now, may tanong dito. Is there a subtraction or division property of equality? The answer is no. Multiplication at addition lang. Bakit? Addition is the same concept as subtraction. When you add a negative value, that is the same concept as subtracting. Okay? Multiplication naman, when you multiply its inverse, that is already division. So, the same concept pa rin yun. So, hindi na sinali si subtraction and division. Si addition and multiplication property lang. So, we have here the tips in solving linear equations. In linear equation in one variable. We may add, subtract, multiply, or divide. Depende sa inyo. Basta ang aim lang dito ay ma-isolate mo yung variable, yung letter sa isang side na siya na lang ang naiwan. Okay? So, example here. X plus 21 is equal to 3. So, anong gagawin mo dito? So, of course, etong 21, kailangan mawala dito para si X na lang ang matira. Right? Okay? So, what they did here in this module is they apply the addition property. So, nag-add siya ng opposite ng 21. So, para mawala si positive 21, kailangan ng negative 21. So, if you add negative 21 to the left, you also add negative 21 to the right. So, 21 plus negative 21, this will become 0. Okay? Maging 0 yan. Leaving you X na lang. Okay? So, we have here 3 plus negative 21 and the answer for that is negative 18 and that will be your final answer. Alright? Easy, right? Easy lang talaga, my dear math learners. How about this one? X minus 3 is equal to 10. So, of course, si X kailangan maiwan dito. So, negative 3 kailangan natin or si minus 3 kailangan mawala. Alright? So, since this is minus 3, negative 3, ano ang kailangan i-add kay negative 3 or kay minus 3 para mawala? Okay, so the opposite of negative 3 is positive 3. So, we add positive 3. So, x minus 3 plus 3 in the left, we add also plus 3 on the right. So, when you add this one, negative 3 and plus 3, that will become 0, leaving x na lang. So, x na lang dito. Of course, 10 plus 3, that is 13, and that will be your final answer. Alright, napakadali lamang po, my dear math learners. So, how about kung multiplication naman? So, 4x is equal to 32. Kailangan matanggal si 4 na katabi ni x. Of course, kapag magkatabi ang isang number at isang variable, ang ibig sabihin niyan ay multiplication. So, what is the opposite of multiplication is division, right? So, you multiply the inverse of 4. So, positive 4. Ano ba ang reciprocal ng 4? That is 1/4. So, you multiply 1/4 to the left side and you multiply 1/4 to the right side. So, 4 times 1/4, magka-cancel out na yon. So, x na lang matira. Okay? Kasi 4 times 1/4 is 4 over 4, which is equal to 1. 1 times x is x. Alright. 32 times 1, that is 32 divided by 4, that is 8. And this will be your final answer. Okay? Easy, right? Easy lang talaga, my dear math learners. Okay, but there are also other ways na mas madali na lang ito. So, whatever your number here, okay, i-divide mo lang siya sa katabi na number. So, if it is 4, then you divide it by 4. If it is 5, you divide it by 5. If it is negative 4, you divide it by negative 4. Okay? Para matira na lang talaga is x. So, since 4x is here, you just divide it by 4. You divide both sides by 4. What you do in the left, you do it in the right. Alright? So, maka-cancel ito. X na lang matira. 32 divided by 4. And the answer for that is 8. And they are just the same. Okay. So, more examples of that one is here. Okay. So, palitin natin konti. Ayan. So, more examples. Solve and graph the solution of the linear equation. 3x plus 8 is equal to 23. So, of course, ang una mong ililipat dito is si positive 8 or si plus 8. So, paano yan siya? Mag-a-add ka ng opposite. So, that is positive plus negative 8. So, you have here plus negative 8 plus negative 8. And then, this will become 3x na lang. 23 plus negative 8 is 15. Hindi pa ito ang final answer kasi meron ka pang katabing 3 sa x. So, since this is 3x is equal to 15, pwede mang i-divide yan by 3 or you multiply it to its reciprocal, that is 1/3. So, maka-cancel out x and 1/3 of 15 is 5. And this will be your final answer. X is equal to 5. So, since it is positive 5, then in the number line, of course, in the number line, the left side is negative numbers, the middle is 0, and then the right side is positive numbers. So, this is your 0 here. So, since that is positive 5, so you make 5 units to the right, and you put there the dot. Okay? And that will be your final answer. You already have graphed the solution of this equation. Easy, right? Yes, easy lang talaga, my dear math learners. Alright, so ito naman dito. What if ganito naman ang problema mo? 5x plus 3 is equal to x minus 13. So, if you check this one, may x ka sa left side, may x ka din sa right side. So, what you do here is you need to transpose this. Kailangan malipat ito sa kabila. And then, itong positive 3 dito or si plus 3 dito, kailangan malipat din yan siya sa kabila. Okay, so my dear math learners, this is just by applying the addition property of equality. But as what I've said in the last video, in the module 5 of our discussion, there is a solution, and that is what we call the transposition method, presented by the book of Gladys Nievera. It says there that when a term, if you transpose it, if you transfer it to the other side of the equation, left to right or right to left, the sign will change. Okay? So, of course, if I use, ito, nakikita nyo namang solution dito, di ba? Presented by the module. But if I show you another way, okay? So, let me just show you this one. So, that is 5x plus 3, di ba? 5x plus 3 is equal to x minus 13. Okay. So, I will transpose my x here. So, 5x. Of course, this is positive. So, this will become negative x or minus x. Okay, my dear math learners? Bakit? It's because every time you transpose a term, the sign will change. Okay, so of course, ito positive 3 dito or plus 3, ililipat ko din sa kabila. So, my 13 right now, I will just write it down. And then my plus 3 here will become minus 3. Okay, because the sign here is positive, then when it transpose, it becomes negative. Okay, so if I simplify this one, this will become 4x because 5x minus x, there is a 1 there, that will become 4x, di ba? So negative 13 minus 3, if you apply the rules in subtracting integers, this will become negative 16. Of course, dahil may 4 pa dito, you divide both sides by 4, and this will give you negative 4. Now, the question is, do we have the same answer to our module? Yes. Alright. So, napakadali lamang po, my dear math learners. So, we have negative 4. And kapag ilalagay mo yan siya sa graph, of course, if you make a number line, yung 0 mo, left side is negative. So, ayun, 0. Left side, negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, negative 4. You put the dot there. Okay. So, ganun lang po kadali, my dear math learners. Alright. Next, we have here, find the solution of linear inequality in one variable. Okay. Paano naman kapag linear inequality ang problema? Okay. So, my dear math learners, we have here given x minus 7 is less than or equal to 15. Find the solution or solutions from the given replacement set. Okay, so if we apply this one, so ganun pa rin kanina, guess and check tayo. You apply, you substitute. So kapag negative 9 ang in-apply, ang lalabas negative 16 is less than positive 15. That is true. So negative 9 is a solution. Okay, check yan. Alright, check ito. How about 0? So kapag 0 naman, 0 minus 7. So negative 7 is less than or equal to 15. That is also true. Okay, so this is another answer. How about 22? So 22 minus 7, the answer is 15. 15 is less than or equal to 15. So since dahil may equal, then 22 is still a solution of this problem. Alright, correct ito. How about 23? So when you apply 23, that becomes 23 minus 7. So 16 is less than or equal to 15. My dear math learners, that is false. Okay? So therefore, the answer for this 23 is not part of the solution. That is wrong. Of course, ang 30, hindi na din yan. Alright? So 30 is not a solution. Kasi sa 23 pa lang, hindi na pwede. Lalong-lalong na sa 30. Okay, so you have negative 9, 0, and 22 as part of the solution set of your given inequality. X minus 7 is less than or equal to 15. Easy, right? Yes, easy lang talaga, my dear math learners. So how about this one? 2x plus 1 is greater than 11. So how about if you replace it with negative 6? So the answer for that is negative 11 is greater than 11. That's false. How about 5? So 11 is equal to 11. That is still false. Bakit? 11 is equal to 11, not greater than 11. Okay. Pag 6 naman, magiging 13 ang sagot. 13 is greater than 11. Yes, that is true. Of course, pag 12, it becomes 25 is greater than 11. That is also true. And pag 15, ganun din. We have here 31 is greater than 11. That is also true. So therefore, the answer for this one is 6, 12, and 15 as part of the solution set of this given inequality. Okay, so napakadali lamang po, my dear math learners. So we have here method 2, algebraic method. So this is one part. Okay, so trichotomy property. For any number a and b, one and only one of the following is true. A is less than b. A is equal to b, or a is greater than b. One and only one of the following is true. Okay? So 3 is less than x, 3 is equal to x, or 3 is greater than x. Isa lang dyan ang totoo. Okay? Transitive property, of course, if 7 is less than x, then we can say, and x is less than 10, then we can say that 7 is less than 10. Okay? And then if it is 10 is greater than x and x is greater than 5, then we can say that 10 is greater than 5. That is another transitive property. Okay, we also have the addition property and multiplication property. The same concept lang din kanina. Okay, but there is a but here. In the multiplication property, when you multiply or divide, okay, when you multiply or divide a negative number, the sign or the inequality symbol will change. Okay? So as you can see here, 2x is less than 5. So para ma-solve si 2x dito, nag-multiply siya ng 1/2, which is the reciprocal of 2. So 1/2 times 2x is equal to, is less than 1/2 times 5. So it's just the same. Okay? It's just the same. However, if you have negative 3x is less than 10, of course, ang i-multiply mo dito is negative 1/3. Tama? So, when you multiply negative 1/3, the solution or the inequality set, the inequality symbol rather, the inequality symbol will change. Okay? It will become opposite. This simply means that if we multiply a positive number to both sides of an inequality, the inequality symbol will not change. However, if we multiply a negative number to both sides of the inequality symbol will change. I hope that is very clear, my dear math learners. Alright, so is there a subtraction or division property of inequality? Same as the equation? Wala pa rin. Okay, so they are just the same concept as the addition and multiplication. So tips in solving linear inequalities in one variable, of course, the same concept lang din siya sa pagsosolve ng equation. However, pagdating sa last part, which is when you isolate your x, yung x na lang natira sa kabila, kailangan mo ng pangalanan kung sino yun sila. Okay, example we have here. 7x minus 4 is greater than or equal to 10. Alright? So, of course, si negative 4 kailangan malipat sa kabila. So, you add the opposite of negative 4, that is plus 4. So, plus 4 plus 4, this will be deleted. Alright? So, giving you 7x na lang. 10 plus 4 is 14. You divide both sides by 7. Since 7 is positive number, so it will not change. So, you cancel out the 7. X na lang matira. 14 divided by 7, that is 2. Okay? So, you have the final expression x, or sorry, you have the final inequality as x is greater than or equal to 2. Ano ba ang number na equal at mas malaki kay 2? Of course, you start with 2 pataas. So, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and so on and so forth. At yun na nga ang nangyari dito sa ating graph, my dear math learners. Okay? So, napakadali lamang po sagutin ng inequality. Medyo marami lang ang sagot pero madali lang. Okay? So, in symbols, the solution set is the set of x. Ito yung pagkasulat ha. The set of x such that yun, x is greater than or equal to 2. So, in graph, you will start with a dark dot in positive 2, and since it is greater than 2, you go to the right. Okay, so ganun lang po kadali, my dear math learners. So, how about this one? So, negative 3x plus 5 is less than or equal to negative 16. Of course, una mong gagawin is to add both sides by negative 5. This will become negative 3x is less than or equal to negative 21. Now, you divide both sides by negative 3. Dahil nag-divide ka ng negative number, your x will become here. Your less than or equal to will change. It will become greater than or equal. Okay? Tingnan nyo ang pagkakaiba. Greater than or equal. Then negative 21 divided by negative 3, that is positive 7. So, what are the values of x that is equal to 7 and greater than 7? That is 7 pataas. 7, 8, 9, 10, and so on and so forth. At yun na nga ang sagot dito sa drawing. And when you write it in a solution set as a symbol, so it will become like this. the set of x such that x is greater than or equal to 7. Ganon lang kadali, my dear math learners. Okay, now we have here solving linear equations in one variable involving absolute value by algebraic method and graphing. Okay. So, many absolute value equations are not easy to solve by the guess and check method. An easier way may be to use the following procedure. Let the expression on one side of the equation consist only of a single absolute value expression. Determine if the number on the right side of the equation is negative or not. If it's negative, then there is no solution for the given. Of course, because absolute value always gets the positive value of all expressions. Otherwise, proceed to step 3. If the absolute value of an expression is equal to a positive number, say a, then the expression inside the absolute value can either be a or negative a. Okay, equate the following inside the absolute value sign to a and to a, negative a. Then solve both equations. Okay, example. So we have here, the absolute value of 2a plus 4 minus 6 is equal to 20. So what you will do is, of course, ito ililipat mo muna sa kabila. Okay? So magiging 20 plus 6 na yan. Ayan. Alright? Magiging 26 na. Okay. So dahil positive ang right side mo ng iyong inequality, ng absolute expression mo, so you get the value positive and negative here. So positive 26 and negative 26. And then you eliminate your absolute value, copying 2a plus 4 na lang and 2a plus 4. You solve them separately. Okay? So when you solve them separately, your a value here will become 11. When you solve the negative side separately, your a value will be negative 15. Ibig sabihin, your a could be positive 11 or negative 15. Okay? So, in a number line, you can have a dot here and you can also have a dot there. No more shading of the line. Why? Because we are just talking about equations here. Pag equations, you have a distinct value of your answer. So, we have positive 11 and negative 15. Okay? So, that's it. Ganun lang kadali, my dear math learners. Now, how about this one? 8x plus 10, the absolute value of 8x plus 1 pala, plus 10 is equal to 7. So, you transpose here, the plus 10 to the other side, 7 minus 10. That will give you negative 3. Since this is negative 3, then there is no solution. Okay? So, then there is no graph since there is no solution. Bakit no solution? Walang absolute value na magre-result sa negative answer. Okay? Always remember that, my dear math learners. Easy, right? Yes, easy na. Easy lang talaga, my dear math learners. So, ang tanong ngayon, sir, what if left and right are both absolute expressions? Okay. So, since this example is like this, what you will do is you get the counterpart. Okay? So, ito naman is considered as positive. Bakit? Because absolute value will always be positive, right? So, what you will do is 3x plus 5 will become positive and negative. Okay? So, you get the counterpart of the two. Okay? So, wait. Okay, sorry for the technical difficulties. Medyo nalobat yung laptop ko. Now, let us continue. So, if ever i-equate mo ang 3x plus 5 as positive and negative expressions, so this will result to positive 3x plus 5 and negative 3x minus 5. Of course, you just apply what you have learned in solving linear equations in one variable. So, transpose, or you can apply the different properties of equality. So, you have x minus 3x is equal to 5 plus 5. Simplify this one. X is equal to negative 5 for the first. And for the second, you have the 0. Okay? So, technically, you can check this whether this satisfy. So, kapag i-apply mo sa negative 5, dito sa kanila, this is negative 5, this is negative 5, and then you answer, the final answer is 10 is equal to 10. And that is true. Now, if you try 0, the answer will become 5 is equal to 5, and that is still true. So, the value negative 5 and the value 0 are both accepted in this scenario. Easy, right? Yes, easy lang talaga. So, now how do you write your answer? Of course, in the number line, you just put a dot on negative 5, and another dot for the value 0. Okay, so ganun lang po kadali, my dear math learners. So how about this one? Ayan, ganun pa rin. Nag-solve ka pa rin, pero yung pagsosolve mo dito, kinuha mo yung positive value ng right side at yung negative value ng right side. Nung nag-solve ka, it becomes an inconsistent equation. So this is already a false statement. So of course, this is wrong. Pero nung nag-solve ka sa isa, may nakuha kang value. That is negative 1/2. So if that is the case, then your solution for this certain problem is only negative 1/2. So isang dot ka lang sa gitna ng negative 1 at ng 0, which is negative 1/2. Easy, right? Alright, easy lang talaga. Now, let us try. How about this one? The same concept pa rin. Okay? Kinuha mo ang negative at saka positive part ng right side, and then you try to solve. Ang lumabas dito sa is an identity equation. This will always be true no matter what the x is. Okay? So this is an identity. So therefore, if that is the case, ang sagot dito ay all real numbers. Okay? So it doesn't mean na kapag nakuha mo yung isang value or na-eliminate yung variable x minus x, ganun. Na-eliminate yung variable, it becomes constant na lang ang natira. Then, you need to consider first whether the final statement is true or false. So, if it is true, then it means that is an identity equation. So, all the values of lahat ng value ng x na pwede mong malagay, acceptable. Pero dito kanina, 0 is equal to negative 9. That is very false. Though na-eliminate yung x minus x natin, naging 0. Pero, yung final answer for the right side is negative 9. It does not satisfy the statement. So, it is false. Then, that is the time no solution tayo for this particular value. Pero dito sa value na ito, accepted tayo. Dito naman, since na-eliminate yung x natin, pero yung counterpart niya is still the same man din, 0 din. So, that is an identity equation. Then, the whole number line is a solution to the given problem. Okay, my dear math learners, I hope klaro-klaro yun sa inyo. Okay? So, please, ha? Okay, kung may mga katanungan, just put it in our comment section below. Alright, now we have here solving linear inequalities involving absolute value by algebraic method and graphing. Case number 1. So we have here, so meron na tayong absolute value, pero yung absolute value ay gumamit ng linear inequality. Okay, so we have here the absolute value of x that is less than or equal to a, where a is greater than or equal to 0, is equivalent to the conjunction x is less than or equal to a and x is greater than or equal to negative a. Alright, so let us try this one. So as you can see, nakita nyo, opposite po ang kanilang operation. Okay? So we have here, solve the inequality, the absolute value of 2x minus 5 is less than 9. So in the graph, the resulting statement, since the inequality involves a less than sign, so we set up expression in the absolute value as less than 9 or greater than 9. Okay. So we have here 2x minus 5 is less than 9 and 2x minus 5 is greater than negative 9. So, my dear math learners, ito naman, somehow, ang tinuturo ko sa mga estudyante dito is to apply the point test rule. Okay? So, well, let's try to consider muna this kind of example. Okay. So, we have here, they solve it, and the answer or the final inequality is x is less than 7 for this particular expression. And for this particular expression, for this particular inequality, the value of x is greater than negative 2. So, therefore, si x daw ay mas maliit sa 7, pero mas malaki kay negative 2. So, if you put a hollow dot there, why hollow dot? Because the symbol is greater than or equal. Greater than or less than. Walang equal, walang yung line sa baba. Okay? Kapag mayroon yung line sa baba, magiging dark dot ito. Pero kapag wala, hollow dot lang tayo. Okay? So, you put a dot in negative 2 and you put a dot in positive 7. And then, you just graph. Okay? The solution is such that x is negative 2 is less than x is less than positive 7. Alright, so therefore, nasa gitna siya ng value, my dear math learners. We can use an open circle if the final answer is not part of the solution set. If it is part of the solution set, then we will use a closed circle. Okay, yun yung hollow dot at saka dark dot. Okay? Case number 2. Excuse me. So, if the absolute value of x is greater than or equal to a, where a is greater than 0, it is equivalent to the conjunction. The same lang sila kanina, right? Yeah. Case number 2. Okay. Katulad pa rin kanina ito. Okay, so ang nangyari is kinuha. Okay, ang counterpart nito, this is positive 7, that is greater than 0. So, kinuha si positive 7 and negative 7. Okay, teka ha. I think meron na naman itong kabaliktaran. Since the inequality involves a greater than or equal to, so we set up the expression with absolute value as less than or equal to negative 7 and greater than or equal to 7. Okay, tama pala. So the question is, bakit ang statement dito sa taas at sa baba ay pareho? Tama, di ba? Alright. Okay. Okay. Dito pala sila nagkakaiba. Ayan. Okay. Ayan. Equivalent disjunction. Ito naman equivalent conjunction. Okay. To solve absolute value, we express. Ayan. Okay. Ito magkabila pala dito. Yan. Kapag greater than. Okay? So, we have here, kapag greater than siya, so ito ang magiging ano natin. Okay? So, hopefully, klaro yun, my dear math learners, ha? Okay. So, nang in-apply na ito na solution, we have x is less than or equal to negative 3. And kapag in-apply naman ito na solution, we have x is greater than or equal to positive 4. So, that is negative 3 and that is positive 4. Dahil merong line dito sa baba which means equal, so that will become dark dot tayo dyan. Okay? And then the arrow will become going here. Bakit? Kasi x is less than negative 3. So, ano may mga number na less than sa negative 3? So, yun sila, negative 4, negative 5, negative, so on and so forth. Ano naman yung mga number na mas malaki sa positive 4? So, those are 5, 6, 7, 8, and so on and so forth. So, the shade of our arrow will become like this. So, bakante yung sa gitna. Okay, my dear math learners, I hope this is clear to you. Ang pagkakaiba kapag ang absolute value is less than or equal to or greater than or equal to. Okay? And less than or greater than. Okay? So, I hope hindi nyo makalimutan ang part na ito. Okay, so let us practice, my dear math learners. In this part, kayo naman ang sumagot. So, we have here the replacement set. Wala kayong gagawin dito, kundi i-substitute ang mga values na ito dito at sabihin kung saan sa kanila ang solution ng equation. So, isa-isa nyo yan sila. So, sa isang number, itetest mo si negative 3, itetest mo si negative 2, si negative 1, 0, 1, 2, and 3. Kung sino ang tama. Okay? Though, in this part, klarong-klaro na. Ano ang kailangan ni x para maging positive? Ano ang kailangan ni 5 para maging positive 4? Okay, that is very clear. Anyway, we have here part 2, letter B, identify the property. So, sasabihin mo lang kung anong property ito. So, if 5 times 4 is equal to 20 and 20 is equal to 2 times 10, then 5 times 4 is equal to 2 times 10. That's transitive. Okay, 11 is equal to 11. Identity. Identity ba yun? Excuse me. Let's check. I think that's ano yan. Ito yan dito. Ay, sorry. Reflexive pala. Sorry, reflexive. Wala pala identity. Reflexive. Okay. So, that is reflexive. Yan. X plus 3 is equal to 9 and x plus 3, ito, addition na ito. 1 plus 5 is equal to 6. 6 is equal to 1 plus 5. Ito, symmetry. Okay. So, same goes, multiplication. So, ito naman, fill in the blanks with the correct expression indicated the property of equality. Okay, so 2 plus 8 is equal to 10, then 10 is equal to, so ano daw ang gagawin kapag symmetric property ang ilalagay? Napakadali, you just check what you have learned earlier. Okay? Then dito naman sa letter D, determine which among the given replacement set is part of the solution. So, same lang ito sa letter A, kaya lang dito is inequality. So, you test all the given, which of the given values in the replacement set gives a true solution or true statement for the given inequality. Okay? Then, we have here letter E, identify the property of inequality shown in each sentence. So, papangalanan nyo lang ang property of inequality. So, doon kayo tumingin sa property of inequalities. Yung mga merong trichotomy, yun. Yun sila. Okay, napakadali lamang. And here in this part, you will have your post-test. So, let us, post-test ba ito? Ay, hindi pa pala. So, we have here, okay, magsusolve ka talaga dito. So, applying the properties of equality. So, show solution kayo dito. Okay, so this one is for the linear equations in one variable at ito naman ay para sa inequality in one variable. Then, dito naman is yung may absolute value sa equation and here is the absolute value for the inequality. Okay, and then you have there the let us remember. Medyo madami-dami ito, of course. And then, after that, this is just a generalization of the module. You have now your post-test. So, this post-test is basically how many items? 15 items yata ito. 15 items, ABCD lang din po. Okay? So, try your best, my dear math learners, to answer this correctly. Itong 15 questions sa, ano tawag nito? Let us assess. Okay? So, I'm sure kayang-kaya niyo yan, my dear math learners. And if ever meron pa kayong mga question about that, you can put it in our comment section or in our chat box for your inquiries. Okay? At pagtutulungan natin na sagutin yan. Okay? Then, after that, you have your, anong tawag nito? Performance task. Okay? So, you have the rubrics and you have the procedure to follow para masagot itong let us enhance activity. And then your reflection, how do you feel about this week's lesson? Was it great? Was it okay? Or what is not so good? And then bakit? Okay? So, that's it, my dear math learners. I hope marami kayong natutunan for this day's discussion. Ito pa rin ang inyong abot kamay na math teacher, si Sir Ash. And always remember, it is fun to learn mathematics. if we are together learning. So, my dear math learners, kapag bago ka pa sa ating channel, please subscribe. Click the subscribe button and notification bell. As well as, pakiclick na lang din ang like button para mas marami pang students ang ma-reach ng ating channel. Thank you so much. God bless and keep safe always.
I will take a little trip over yonder, so I can take a look around at what you've seen. I can see from where I am you're on an adventure in a place you can't describe. Some